Senator Hickenlooper.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Cravens, thank you for your service. Thank you both, Ms. Felice as well, for your service and for being here today. Mr. Cravens, I applaud the Minority Business Development Agency's Enterprising Women of Color initiative in support of the fastest growing population of entrepreneurs. If confirmed, how do you look at coordinating with the Small Business Administration's Women's Business Centers to help expand and support that initiative?
And thank you so much for the question, Senator, and thank you for your leadership in this space as well, continued leadership. So as a former staff director of the Senate Small Business Committee, I am very familiar with the Small Business Administration and the wonderful work that they do there and that Administrator Guzman has been doing since taking the role. One of the programs that I've seen grow and really mature and blossom is the Women's Business Center program. And so one of the things that excites me the most about this new role, if confirmed, is leveraging the skills and the products of the SBA into the MBDA. And the agencies are very different, but they complement each other very, very well. And so one of the mandates you put in this wonderful act that you all created, this wonderful job description, as I called it, is you mandate that I work across the government to make sure that the minority business issues are being intentionally addressed. And so although the Women's Business Center programs work for all women, the way I see myself working is to make sure that women of color, that their interests are being sought after and seen after as well in that program. And so I want to do that with the SBA. I want to do that with the Department of Transportation, the Department of Defense. I want to be the voice for the minority businesses of this country.
Terrific. Good answer.
Thanks, Senator.
Ms. Felice, and I'm eager to make sure everyone's aware that you have your degree from the University of Denver, one of Colorado's proud assets. The Office of Space Commerce recently announced a new director, Richard Dalbello. The office is undertaking a truly critical process of developing an open architecture data repository, which basically is a fancy language for a database, to catalog orbital debris and to enhance our awareness of what they call space situational awareness, but the geometry of where that debris is, where are the satellites, how do we make sure things don't run into each other. This data repository is going to help maintain the sustainable and safe operations of civil space missions. And Ms. Felice, I guess what I'd love to hear you talk about a little bit is are you willing to, or are you committed to making sure that we keep this committee informed of further congressional action necessary to support the growth and mission of the Office of Space Commerce? It's relatively new, and I think in these early years, we're going to need to have a close connection for a conduit for information.
Thank you for your question, Senator. I understand how important the Office of Space Commerce is to you and other members of this committee. And if confirmed, I certainly look forward to learning more about the programs under the office's jurisdiction and to keeping this committee and working with your office and members of your staff to keep you and this committee informed of any action needed to support this critical mission.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it. It's going to be important. And then, Mr. Cravens, how does the MBDA interface with the SBA to ensure that minority business owners have the support and the assistance to overcome the obstacles that we know they face in terms of securing credit that all underserved communities have to deal with?
Thank you, Senator. I think the best way we can interface with the SBA is to communicate well with the SBA. As you know, the SBA has lending programs, the MBDA does not. And so one role that the Undersecretary and the team, if confirmed, could work on is to making sure that the SBA programs are hitting their marks, that that their lending programs are hitting their marks, and that minority business entrepreneurs are having an opportunity to participate in those programs. As you know, the SBA has contracting goals as well, and so I see a big role for an Undersecretary of Minority Business to make sure those goals, that minority businesses are participating in those goals and that we're meeting those goals as a nation. The other thing I would suggest, Senator, is in the act, you've said that the undersecretary can convene hearings on capital access, can do research on capital access and those issues. And so I'm hoping the agency will be funded so that we can do that work and we can build the agency to the agency I think you wanted it to be when you passed the Minority Business Development Act last year.
Absolutely. Thank you, and thank you both. I think Administrator Guzman's going to be very well served by both of your tenure. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you.